Welcome to Rare Coin Secrets USA, the home of real treasure hunters. Today, you are about to step into a world where an ordinary-looking coin could transform into an unimaginable fortune. These are not just coins. These are hidden legends, sleeping giants in your pocket, and each one of them has the power to make your life change in an instant. Yes, my friends, these coins are the top 5 ultra-rare Washington quarter dollars in today's market. Their values will leave you speechless. And trust me when I say this, every single coin on this list is a golden ticket to big money and ultimate collector glory. Stay glued till the very end, because coin number 1 will blow your mind with a value that feels like holding a secret vault of wealth in your hands. And don't even think about skipping, because if you own any of these coins or something similar, you might already be sitting on a treasure chest worth thousands of dollars. So grab your magnifying glass, tighten your seatbelt, because what you are about to hear is nothing short of a journey into hidden riches. Welcome to the ultimate hunt for America's most valuable quarters. First up, in the world of coin collecting, 1964 Washington quarters stand as a monumental piece of history. Why? Because this year marks the final chapter of 90% silver quarters before the era of clad coins began in 1965. For collectors, this means 1964 is the last silver warrior, and owning one is like holding a piece of American legacy frozen in time. Now, let's talk about what makes this beauty so extraordinary. At first glance, you might think, oh, just another 1964 quarter. But wait, this one is without a mint mark, forged at the Philadelphia Mint, and what's even more thrilling is its dark black shade, the kind of natural toning that only decades of history can create. This is not discoloration. This is a badge of authenticity, a proof that this coin has journeyed through time and emerged as a true relic for elite collectors. The composition. This gem is 90% silver and 10% copper, weighing in at 6.25 grams with a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. When you hold it, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a chunk of pure American silver that once jingled in the pockets of a nation. But here's where things get electrifying: its rarity. While millions were minted in 1964, finding one in this dark, naturally aged shade in fine condition, without a mint mark, is like finding a black diamond in a sea of pebbles. Collectors crave this because every unique tone tells a story, and such specimens are skyrocketing in demand. And now, the moment you've been waiting for: the value. This specific 1964 quarter, in fine condition with its distinctive dark toning, doesn't just sell, it dominates auctions. Today's verified market puts it at a jaw-dropping $105,000. Yes, you heard that right, $105,000. This is not a small win. This is a life-changing windfall, a fortune disguised as a humble quarter. Imagine the feeling of discovering this in your old collection. It is nothing less than unlocking a vault of wealth. So what is the tip for collectors? Always inspect your 1964 quarters. Look for those without mint marks. Examine their color tone, and never underestimate natural aging, because one day, that dark shaded piece could be your ticket to collector immortality. And here's my conclusion on this masterpiece. The 1964 no mint mark quarter isn't just a coin, it's an icon of transition, rarity, and pure silver glory. Owning it means you don't just own metal. You own history and treasure combined into one powerful relic. Just when you thought the hunt couldn't get any more thrilling, coin number 2 steps onto the stage like a true legend from the shadows of American history. This is the 1960 Washington quarter, without a mint mark, in a dirty black shade, showing every sign of its long, extraordinary journey through time. And let me tell you right now, friends, this is no ordinary piece of change. This is a living, breathing artifact of a golden era. Let's dive into its story. The year was 1960. America was booming, the nation was full of optimism, and silver still ruled the coinage system. The Washington quarter, first introduced in 1932 to honor the bicentennial of George Washington's birth, had by now become a staple of everyday commerce. But here's the magic. The 1960 quarter continued the tradition of 90% silver content, weighing 6.25 grams and measuring 24.3 millimeters in diameter. Back then, this was not just currency, it was precious metal, pure wealth in your hands. Now, why is this coin so rare and extraordinary? At first glance, it appears like any well-worn quarter you might find at the bottom of a jar. But true collectors know how to look deeper. This particular coin has no mint mark, meaning it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the birthplace of countless classics. Add to that its dirty black shade and old circulated look, a natural transformation that only comes with decades of existence. This toning is not damage. It's a badge of honor, a signature of time itself, and collectors crave such authenticity. Think about it. Millions of quarters rolled off the mint presses in 1960, but how many have survived in a state that screams pure history, carrying a unique toning and decades of character? Very few. And that's where rarity is born, not just in low mintages, but in these extraordinary survivors that stand apart from the crowd. Now, let's talk about why collectors go wild for coins like this. It's not just the silver content, though that alone makes it desirable. It's the aura of uniqueness. Every dark patch, every tone, every worn edge tells a story that cannot be replicated. For elite collectors, coins like this are treasures that elevate collections into legendary status. And now, brace yourself because here comes the thunder. Today's verified auction markets have set the price for this 1960 no-mint Mark Washington quarter in this exact dirty black-toned circulated condition at a staggering $85,000. Yes, you heard me loud and clear, $85,000 for one single coin. This is not fantasy. This is a life-altering sum, a reward that turns pocket change into a treasure trove overnight. When you hold this coin, you are literally holding a vault of wealth, a historical gem that radiates rarity and richness in every detail. So, what is the collector's tip here? Never overlook older Washington quarters, especially from 1960 and earlier. Inspect their toning, their surfaces, and most importantly, their mint marks or the absence of one. That missing mint mark could be the key to unlocking a fortune that most people walk past without a second glance. And my conclusion? This coin is not just a remnant of the past, it is a beacon of value, a silver soldier that survived the test of time to become a legend in the collector's world. Owning a 1960 no-mint Mark quarter like this doesn't just mean you own a coin. It means you own a piece of untouchable American glory, worth more than its weight in silver, worth a price that can make dreams come true. Ladies and gentlemen, now we enter the realm of true historic rarity. The third coin on our list is not just a piece of American silver. It is a legend born in the aftermath of a world at war. This is the 1946 Washington quarter without a mint mark in its authentic, dirty old look, worn and aged by decades of survival. And trust me when I say this, coins like this are what dreams in the collecting world are made of. Let's go back in time. The year was 1946. America had just emerged victorious from World War II, a period of massive change and economic growth. The Washington quarter, which debuted in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, was already a household icon. But in 1946, these coins were more than currency. They were symbols of stability in a country rebuilding its future. This particular quarter was struck without a mint mark, which means it was minted in Philadelphia, the heart of the United States. Coin production. And here's the thrill. It's in a dirty old look, circulated condition, carrying with it every scar, every tone of time, every whisper of history. This is not just wear and tear. This is proof of a life lived through decades, a coin that tells a story no modern minting could ever replicate. Now, let's talk about the composition, the backbone of its value. This piece is 90% silver and 10% copper, weighing 6.25 grams and spanning 24.3 millimeters in diameter. Back then, every Washington quarter was a small reservoir of real wealth, but this one stands apart because it's not just silver, it's silver wrapped in rarity, aged with authenticity. Why is this coin such a superstar in the world of collectors? Rarity is the answer, and it comes from two things, age and uniqueness. While millions of these coins were minted in 1946, how many have survived in this natural, dirty old tone, without damage, and still holding their original essence? Very few. These survivors become holy grails for collectors because they represent both the endurance of history and the scarcity that drives value through the roof. And now, for the jaw-dropping moment, the current market price. Hold on to your seats because this 1946 no-mint Mark Washington quarter, in its rare, circulated yet intact condition, commands a mind-blowing $150,000 in today's auction market. Yes, you heard that correctly. $150,000 for a single coin. That's not just money, that's a treasure chest condensed into one silver masterpiece, a prize that could change anyone's life overnight. Imagine finding one of these in your old coin jar. That isn't just a discovery, it's a once-in-a-lifetime breakthrough, the kind of moment that puts you in the history books of coin collecting. This is why collectors hunt relentlessly, why auctions erupt in bidding wars, and why this coin sits at the top tier of desirability. So what is my tip for you? Never underestimate those older Washington quarters, especially those minted before the Great Silver Transition of 1965. Look for those unique tones, the dirty old shades, the worn yet preserved condition, and most importantly, the missing mint mark. That tiny detail could be your passport to unimaginable wealth. And in conclusion, this 1946 quarter is not just a piece of metal. It's an immortal artifact of American heritage, a silver soldier from the post-war era that has risen through time to become a collector's dream and an investor's goldmine. Owning one is like owning a slice of history that is worth a king's ransom today. Now, as we step closer to the heart of our treasure hunt, let me introduce a coin that whispers secrets from an era just before the great transformation of the United States. Coinage. This is coin number 4, the 1962 Washington quarter without a mint mark, in a beautifully aged old look and fine condition. And trust me, this coin is much more than silver. It is an American time capsule with a collector's heartbeat. The year was 1962, and America was riding a wave of optimism. The space race had begun, President Kennedy's vision of the moon mission was taking shape, and silver still dominated our coins. That's right. This 1962 quarter, like its predecessors, is a proud representative of an era when our currency carried real, tangible value. 90% silver and 10% copper, weighing 6.25 grams and measuring 24.3 millimeters across, a silent powerhouse of wealth in your pocket. But what makes this particular quarter so special? It's the details that most people overlook. First, it has no mint mark, which means it was minted in Philadelphia, the historic birthplace of American coinage. Second, its old look in fine condition makes it a prime example of authentic natural aging. Those subtle tones, that gently worn surface, the dignified patina of history, these are not flaws, they are badges of honor, and serious collectors know that this kind of originality is priceless. Now, let's talk about rarity. While millions of Washington quarters were struck in 1962, coins that survived in fine condition with their natural old look, without tampering, cleaning, or damage, are becoming increasingly scarce. And here's the truth. As time moves forward, these coins only grow rarer and more desirable. Why? Because most have been lost, melted for their silver content, or heavily circulated beyond recognition. But a specimen like this? It's a collector's jewel, a piece that makes auction houses come alive with bidding wars. And now the part that will make your pulse race its current market value. Brace yourself, because this humble-looking 1962 no-mint mark Washington quarter, in its authentic old look and fine condition, is commanding an astonishing $75,000 in today's auction market. Yes, $75,000 for a single silver quarter. Think about that. Something that once bought a candy bar now stands as a symbol of wealth. A prize worth more than most people earn in a year. This is why coin hunting is not just a hobby, it's an adventure, a pursuit of glory. Every collector dreams of moments like this, of discovering a piece of history that carries the weight of fortune in its small silver frame. And this coin delivers exactly that. So what is the tip for you? Inspect your Washington quarters from the early 1960s. Look for that absence of a mint mark. Study their condition, and treasure those with original tones and old-world character. These are the coins that turn dreams into reality. And the conclusion? The 1962 quarter is not just silver, it's a testament to an era of authenticity and enduring value. Holding one means you are holding not only money but a story, a symbol, and a treasure that collectors will battle for at any cost. And now we have arrived at the moment you've all been waiting for, the crown jewel of this entire hunt. The coin that will leave you absolutely speechless. This is coin number 5, the 1944 Washington quarter without a mint mark, cloaked in its dark, mysterious black shade, preserved in fine condition. Friends, this isn't just rare, it's legendary. To truly appreciate the magic of this coin, we must step back in time. The year was 1944, a pivotal year in world history. World War II was raging, and the entire planet was caught in the throes of a struggle that would shape the future of civilization. America was all in, producing weapons, machines, and supplies for the war effort. And in the midst of it all, coins like these circulated in the hands of soldiers, workers, and citizens alike. This 1944 quarter is more than metal. It's a silent witness to one of humanity's greatest eras of triumph and tragedy. The Washington quarter design, first struck in 1932 to honor our nation's first president, remained a proud symbol of American strength through these challenging times. And like its brethren of the era, this coin is composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, weighing 6.25 grams with that classic 24.3 millimeter diameter. But this one is different. This one is special beyond words. Why? Because it bears no mint mark, signaling it was struck at the historic Philadelphia Mint, and it carries with it the dirty black shade of time, a natural tone that can only be earned by surviving nearly a century of history. Its fine condition, even after all these decades, makes it a unicorn among quarters, a specimen that collectors dream of their entire lives. Think about it. Millions of 1944 quarters were minted during those years, but how many look like this? How many have lived through decades without being cleaned, altered, or destroyed and now stand as pure, untamed relics of history? Extremely few. And that scarcity, that uniqueness, is exactly why this coin sits on the throne of collectors' desire. Now for the moment of truth. What is this coin worth in today's red-hot auction market? Brace yourself, because the number is going to shake the ground beneath your feet. The current verified value of this exact coin, a 1944 Washington quarter without mint mark, in its dirty black shade and fine condition, is a jaw-dropping $275,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $275,000 for one single coin? This isn't just a collectible, it's a treasure chest condensed into silver, a piece of history that outshines gold itself. Imagine discovering this in an old collection or tucked away in a forgotten drawer. That moment wouldn't just change your day, it would change your destiny. This is the kind of coin that collectors call a lifetime find, the kind that makes headlines, the kind that transforms ordinary people into legends in the coin world. Here's the tip. If you own a 1944 quarter, study it carefully. Check for that missing mint mark, examine its shade, and if it carries that natural black tone and fine condition, you could be sitting on one of the most valuable coins in existence. And here's my conclusion. This isn't just a coin. It is an American relic of monumental worth, a symbol of resilience from a world at war, now elevated to a status of royal prestige in the collector universe. Owning this isn't just owning money, it's owning immortality, history, and fortune combined into one breathtaking artifact. And there you have it, my treasure hunters. 5 Washington quarter dollars that stand as the ultimate kings of numismatic wealth. From the iconic 1964 silver hero to the legendary 1944 wartime relic worth a staggering $275,000, these coins prove one truth: real fortune hides in plain sight. If you own old Washington quarters, don't let them gather dust. Examine them, research them, and who knows, you might already be holding the key to life-changing wealth. These stories are real, these values are current and verified, and these treasures are waiting for someone like you to discover them. Thank you for watching. Rare Coin Secrets USA, your trustworthy source for fresh, faithful, and daily updates from the fascinating world of rare coins, of rare. If you loved this journey, smash that like button, subscribe for more rare coin secrets, and share this video with every collector and dreamer out there. Until next time, keep hunting, keep dreaming, and remember, your next coin could be your next treasure.